Tervehdys kaikki, mä unohdin introsta ja kaikki. Tässä on pikkasen puuhasteltu tämän striimin kanssa. Tämä tuli niin yhtäkkiä tämä aloitus, mutta tervetuloa kaikille. Meillä on vieraana täällä Cintron, joka opettaa meille piirtämisen perusteita. Hän on opettanut vuosia piirtämistä ja perusteita, ja nyt meillä on täällä ilo ja kunnia vieraana saada Tiina paikalle. Welcome, Tiina.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning all.
Okay. Well, Alpo has invited me to do drawing lessons with you, and I feel very honored to do that. My objective is for us to really enjoy and have great pleasure from drawing, interacting with our paper and our pencil. So I'm going to let Al continue and we'll just start.
Hei kaikille. Jos on kysymyksiä, niin saa esittää kysymyksiä Tiinalle. Ja aloitetaan ihan perusteista. Saa siis kysyä, niin minä parhaani mukaan käännän englanniksi. Okay, Tiina, let's just start.
To start, you need paper and you need a pencil. That's it.
Niin, eli tarvitset kynän ja paperia.
Okay. We can do a couple of things first. Now, one of the most important things is a circle. So I'm left-handed. It doesn't matter. You can go in this direction. It doesn't matter. So let's start off with just making circles first. Move your hand and then touch down with the pencil. So you're always going to move your hand first and then touch down with the pencil.
Eli ensiksi pyöritetään kättä ja sitten lasketaan kynä paperille.
Both directions. You can start very large. You're going to be moving your elbow. Your elbow should be moving. So you're drawing from your shoulder.
Okay,
it's not like
no. Elikkä se liike tulee hartiasta ja kyynärpään pitäisi liikkua tässä samalla. Eli koko käden. Ja molempiin suuntiin.
Do this every time you draw. I have to do this every time I draw.
Teet tämä aina kun piirrät.
It creates a brain body connection.
Se luo sen aivojen ja kehon yhteyden.
Okay, now we get to move this aside and create a note-taking page. Let me make sure my camera stays in focus. And we start off with a horizontal format. Oh, your circles are so perfect. Okay, get to a clean sheet of paper.
I just taped this one.
I just use a clipboard because it's so movable. Okay, now I hope you can see it. I hope it's in the camera. Yes. Okay, and we write basic shapes.
Perusmuotoja.
Drawing is not just pencil and paper. It's really using your vision to record what you're seeing. And the easiest way to do that is to start with our basic shapes. First one, circle.
Okei, eli perusmuodot, ympyrä.
So Write basic shapes. The next one, next to it, follow this exactly. Don't do this. Go down this way. Okay. Our two curved shapes, we have our circle and our ellipse.
Sitten on ellipsi.
After you have these two down, come down here. We have our square.
Meillä on 4.
Okay, you're out of focus, Al. Your camera's out of focus. There we go. Much better. Okay, and now we have these two. Let's move over here. Logic says, if this is a circle, this is an ellipse, this is a square, a rectangle will go here.
Niin joo. Mä meinasin suomentaa kolmio. I was about to translate I don't know.
Okay, we have our circle, we have our square. So logic says the next basic shape is our equilateral triangle.
Yeah, triangle. Eli kolmio. Eli tasapäinen kolmio.
We're going to use triangles a lot. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2. Okay, we have our rhombus.
Okay, so it's like a square. No.
Well, it's a rhombus. That's a square.
Well, it's distorted square.
Yeah, and then just make a dotted line to represent that it's like one equilateral triangle. And then we have the second one. So one is pointing up, one is pointing down. Now we move here. We have one pointing up, one pointing down.
Ah.
And the third one makes our trapezoid.
Okei. Elikkä meillä on 3 kolmioa. Elikkä tossa tulee yksi tasapäinen kolmio. Tossa tulee toinen. Ja sitten päät.
Wonderful. Okay. Then, of course, 1, 2, 3, we have 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This creates our parallelogram.
I never heard these words. So
wonderful. We're all learning something.
Yeah.
I'm learning about how this technical stuff works. Okay.
Elikkä meillä on 4. Elikkä tuohon tulee yksi kolmio. Tuohon tulee toinen. Tuohon tulee kolmas. Tuohon tulee 4. Eikö? Niin. Elikkä tosta.
So just when we are looking at something, is it triangular? Is it more of a rhombus? Is it small? These have 4 equal sides, yes? And then we're going to use this quite a bit. We're going to use trapezoids often. So it's going to actually create another, if we move that, we have a duplication here. We have a point. Well, this will come in handy later. Okay, now, lines. One line. How do we make parallel lines? Parallel lines are important because it's a dot moving through space to create a line. And we have to be able to see if things are parallel. Okay. And we can have many, many, many parallel lines, infinite number. We can have curved parallel lines. We can have overlapping and crossing parallel lines. The trick to doing a parallel line infinitely, it's like riding a bicycle. So if you look at the pencil, which is like your bicycle tire, you're going to go all over the place. But if you look at the road, and you can just, I'm not going to look at this. I'm looking at this line. I'm not looking at my pencil. So I make my first line, then I pay attention to this line, not the pencil.
Okay,
I know where it is. There we go.
Eli vierekkäisissä viivoissa kiinnitetään huomio siihen toiseen viivaan, ei kynään, vaan siihen toiseen viivaan. Vähän lähtee.
So this is a really fun exercise because then you can just practice pencil control. Relax. Just follow the line that already exists. Just relax.
Niin ne on vähän samanlaisia rentoutusharjoituksia kuin mitä me ollaan tehty tuossa Chen-taiteessa. We did Chen art for a while and this reminds me a lot of it.
So this program I designed to be able to teach anyone to draw. And it doesn't matter how much experience. It's better if they have no experience at all. And I've even helped people with limited sight be able to draw. And it's pretty interesting. Okay, so now we have an example of overlapping. Overlapping simply means something in front of something else.
Huomenta, Emels. Niin, elikkä kohteita, piirustuksia toisten takana.
So I want everybody to be excited about drawing and the possibilities. So we will eventually be able to draw something like this pretty easily, okay? It'll just take time. So now we only have 3 directions to worry about, but they're very important. So up here, directions. Okay. Vertical.
Eli pystyviiva.
Horizontal. And diagonal. That's it. Only 3 directions.
Vain 3 suuntaa.
Now, what we need to understand is anything, any line off horizontal becomes diagonal. This is really important. Anything off vertical becomes diagonal.
Okei, eli kaikki pystystä ja vaakasta tulee...
Okay.
Osaa selittää.
All right, we're going to do our first drawing involving parallel lines and an ellipse. And what it's going to demonstrate is something very important. I got to make sure I'm still in the screen. Yes, we're going to move over here a little bit. Okay. So now we're going to demonstrate foreshortening. Yes, foreshortening. Okay. Something coming, you're going to have to translate this out.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Okay, something coming at us and going away from us at the same time.
Elikkä kohteet tulee meitä kohti tai menee poispäin.
Now, that sounds impossible, but we deal with it all the time. So if I take my circle and I put 2 points through the center of it, this is eventually going to be an imaginary line, but in the physical world, if I take this circle, and I put a line through it, and I make this come towards me, and I make this go away from me, we end up with our ellipse. So it's sort of a trick question, but it's true. This is coming towards us. This is moving away from us.
Eli tuo yläosa menee poispäin ja etuosa tulee meihin päin. Niin meille tulee ellipsi.
Okay. So we'll make a small arrow. Remember, this is like a cheat sheet. This gives you all the answers. What we're drawing. So small arrow, big arrow. You can even make it a straight arrow if you want. Small, big. And this is what happens. same dot measurement from here to here. But this becomes an ellipse. Now, when we're doing very exact drawings, this should be a little closer to center, and this will be a little farther away from center.
Okei, eli tuo takaosa on kauempana, ei kyllä lähempänä keskiviivaa. Ja etuosa on, miten mä sanon? Takaosa on lähempänä keskiviivaa ja etuosa on kauempana. Puhuks mä ihan mitä sattuu?
So if I take my ellipse, and I put a dot and a dot, and then I'm going to use my parallel lines, vertical parallel lines,
Elikkä pystyviivat.
then I'm just going to make another ellipse.
Ja sitten
Now this
toinen
is going to
ellipsi.
take practice. Don't expect things to be perfect immediately. And go around. It's okay if, you're going, oh, it's too big. Then just go back in and draw it smaller. Okay? Don't worry.
Elikkä sitä kannattaa
Joten-
treenata, että jos tulee vähän liian iso, niin ei haittaa, sit vaan pienennetään.
We can make, I'm afraid to zoom in. Let me make these darker. There we go. If the lines go over, that's fine. It looks kind of neat, I think. It looks very technical if we go over a little bit. Don't be afraid. Have fun with this. You can go diagonally. Do about 100 of these, okay? Practice doing about 100 of them. Cover the page.
Elikkä harjoitellessa tee 100 tällaisia. Täytä se paperi näillä, niin se tulee se tuntuma.
Okay. Now, about this being closer and this being farther. Let's start off like this. And draw a line down the center. I'm left-handed. I'm going to put a dot here first and a dot here. If you're right-handed, you're going to draw on the left side. If you're left-handed, you're going to start on the right side.
Elikkä jos on vasenkätinen, niin menee täältä oikean puolelta. Jos on oikeakätinen, niin aloittaa täältä vasemman puolelta.
Because if I drew on this side, I can't see what I need to duplicate. And if you're right-handed, if you draw this first, you can't see what you need to draw.
Se on sen mukaan, että näkee. Joo. Sen mukaan, että näkee, mitä piirretään. Kun täältä duplikoidaan tästä.
Another ellipse. Okay, then you can draw your horizontal guideline and go ahead and mark it. Make this closer, make this, and decide how far out you want to go. Now, I'm exaggerating. You can get a glass out of your cupboard and practice drawing a real glass, but this is just how it works. Okay?
Oh, yes.
Then I can add some curves. Also, keep your pencil sharp. So I have a jar of pencils that I keep sharp.
Eli pitäkää kynät terävinä.
Oh, okay. Also about hand position. Notice Al has both hands on. This is really good. If you only have one hand on, the electrical creative circuit stops. So it's always good to have two hands near the drawing board or your paper or your desk, not on your lap. This
Okei.
activates everything.
Eli on tärkeää, että sulla on se toinen käsi tässä paperilla mukana pöydällä, eikä missään sylissä. Että sulla pysyy se yhteys tähän, mitä sä teet. Apua, mulla tippuu tavarat.
What happened?
So, I don't know, some things just drop off the shelf.
Okay. Since you don't have a cat, it's a little worrying. Okay.
Yeah. My spooky hands are already starting to terror the place.
Okay, so this is our first drawing. I've completely filled my page. Okay. So now we have to go to the next page, but we have to refocus so everything doesn't fall out of focus. There we go. You can, of course, use the backside of your page. And this is our first lesson together. And usually when I'm teaching, it's a 3-hour class.
Okay.
If I'm in school, it's 55 minutes. But if it's in my studio, which no longer exists, it would be 3 hours.
Okei, eli yleensä Tiinalla on ollut 3 tunnin opetussessiot.
Today, for our first lesson, we're gonna play around with our circles and our ellipses, and we're gonna be a little bit silly, and we'll probably create some things. But remember that this circle is our ellipse is a foreshortened circle. So keep that in mind, and we can do all kinds of things with it. So if I take this flat circle, but I want to make the illusion of 3 dimensions, I'm going to take this and put it in here.
Okei, eli tuossa ellipsi kannattaa muistaa, että se on aina se ympyrä, ja tuohon ympyrään nyt kun laitetaan toi ellipsi, niin siitä tulee se kolmiulotteinen.
Nice. Okay, you always this is instruction for people who have never drawn before. You want to lock your hand up, relaxed but in this position. It doesn't do this. No. This stays like this. Your elbow moves. You draw from your shoulder.
Niin, eli se tulee tuolta. Eli käsi lukitaan tohon noin.
Okay, so let's do that again. Remember, lock this up.
Lukitaan käsi.
You can go in either direction. Do a lot of them because I don't want you to worry about trying to make a perfect circle. Just relax. And then go ahead and drop in an ellipse. Then, now I will let you use an eraser. So we have a sphere. And now we have a hemisphere.
Okei, eli ympyrä ja puoliympyrä tuosta kun kumitetaan yläosa pois.
We can have a lot of fun with this hemisphere. So don't stop your no. Just relax. You can even start off with a big circle. Relax, move your hand. Then you use your eraser as a tool.
Eli rennolla kädellä, mutta lukittu.
I'm going to make a little foot on this bowl. And we immediately, because we're involved with foreshortening, that this is coming towards us and this edge is going away from us. Yes, we have depth. Make sure these are nice and curved. And then we can put something in the bowl. Now, that's fun too. Everything stops here. I can put rice or salad. Never put your chopsticks like this, no. Your chopsticks need to go across. So usually your chopsticks have to go on the side, but that's a whole nother drawing. We can put a spoon in. Let's just put a spoon in.
Voidaan laittaa kulhoon vaikka mitä.
Just your parallel lines. It's okay, you can go over. And then erase what you don't need. Good. So what we want to build with this is line confidence. Just move, make beautiful large shapes. You can refine things later. All right, now.
Eli tällä tehdään viivan itsevarmuutta viivoissa.
If you make lots of lines, then you can choose the line that you like the most.
Eli kun tekee paljon viivoja, niin on vapaus valita, että mistä sä tykkäät.
You have a nice tuna can if you want.
Tonnikalapurkki.
When you're first beginning to draw, have fun with it. Relax, okay? Very important to relax.
Eli joo, hyvä. Paljon harjoittelua ja rentoutumista ja treeniä.
Now you can put lettering. Because you have the guidelines in. Everything takes practice. You know, the warm-up page that I did, I have to do that before I'm going to do a drawing or painting. I do a warm-up page.
Eli lämmittelyä, mitä mä en ole kyllä tehnyt. I haven't usually done the warming up with drawing. I always just start doing.
Yeah, I've found that it's just like spending 1 minute of doing warm-ups, my brain and my body click in and everything flows more easily. And then if I want to, then I can put the poor tuna on the can and I will curve it. And it looks like it's wrapping around. I can even put 2 tunas.
Mulla ei mahtunut kalat. Pitäisikö tehdä tuonne? There's a request to make a water drop.
Ah,
It's most challenging.
okay, when you want to create a flat surface, you're going to see that this is wider and this is narrower. We'll do that. That's a whole nother lesson. We can, let's throw it in now. You want to do a water drop? We'll do a water drop. Let me make some space here. So I'm going to make a teardrop first. Circle, triangle. This is really what's going on. I'm gonna pull.
Pisara. Eli ympyrä.
Yeah, but there we go.
Ja kolmio.
This is a very useful setup, a triangle and a circle. You can make an ice cream cone. We go the other way.
Eli tämä on hyödyllinen yhdistelmä, kolmio ja ympyrä, koska sä voit tehdä jäätelö ton tuutin esimerkiksi.
I hope I'm still on the screen.
Yeah, you are.
Okay. So, simple. Now, we are going to get to the drop, but I want to show you how taking simple shapes like this You can create your little cartoon characters, ellipses, ellipse. Part of an ellipse, more ellipses for the hands. Okay, but now we'll go back to the drop. What? It's all basic shapes, so I can curve this slightly to make it look a little more liquid. So I'm coming in so it's not so hard. Now we work with the illusion. We need light. We must have light. So I'm going to parallel this curve here. And do a little bit of shading. If I create a little dark spot here on this curve, it's where the light can't get through.
So the light is coming from here, on the left side.
On the left. Now, I used to make a little light bulb symbol, but now we don't use these light bulbs anymore. So I use a little sunshine, but that's my light source. Our light bulbs have changed.
Yeah. Tää voisi olla melkein lähempänä täältä.
And there you go. I love that. Tonika, I'm learning Finnish.
Yeah, it didn't fit. It's tonnikala.
Tonikala. Oh.
Tuna, kala is fish, and tonni is tuna.
So it's tuna fish.
Tuna
is
fish.
Actually tuna fish.
Tonni is also like 1,000.
Oh, 1,000 fish. In one can. I'm impressed. Okay. I'm going to give you some simple exercises, and then we really only need about 1 hour of instruction and examples, because now, if anybody watches this, I would love to see what they come up with. But this lesson, we're only going to use curves and then some lines, some parallel lines. But we can, let me see. It's a set thing when we're doing a flat drop. Let me think. Because I didn't prepare. I can do a tutorial on that. But if we look at a drop, the water tension, let's see, I hope I'm still on camera. Flat drop, and then the water tension bulges if we're looking from the side. Okay, so if light is coming from here, this is going to be highlighted. The light passes through. It actually creates a shadow, and then we have light coming through there. So if there's so many tutorials on this already, and I'm not prepared. I haven't practiced this. I don't even have a water drop in front of me to look at.
I've done some water drops, but I always seem to forget how to make them when
Oh
I
yeah,
don't draw them a lot.
exactly. So this is probably the ear. Oh, let me do a very simple bubble. Can you see me?
Yeah.
Okay. So very simply, if you want to do like a cartoon bubble or a balloon, all you're going to do is, clean that up, my pencil, is you're going to bend a rectangle, slightly curve because a curved surface, and I'll do a demo of why this happens the way it does. Okay, that's all you need. Just slap on a little square or a rectangle, and it's going to make things look shiny. Add a triangle, and you put a little balloon. Okay, but the main point of this lesson is to practice your ellipses and your circles. If you can do beautiful. Now notice even on a small circle, this is locked up. I'm not doing this, okay? I'm actually, my shoulder's moving. You'll feel your upper muscles flexing, and you're drawing from your shoulder. So even a tiny circle or a very large circle, this is locked up. This is not, no, don't let this flex.
Eli toi kannattaa muistaa, että se
And this is
tulee,
going to happen too. People flatten out. No. Curve, 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 curve.
niillekään
I'm sorry.
ellipsiä ei tehdä litteeksi, vaan se on pyöreä.
Then eventually, let me get everything out of the way. Okay.
Okei, eli ellipsejä. Menee ihan.
Uh-huh.
Okei.
You're pushing crossover, cross, cross.
That one is challenging for me.
This is good. Okay, it's fun. Okay, we're gonna go down, and then when we come back up, we want to go this way, but no, we go counterintuitive and cross. And then we want to go down this way, but no. We go counterintuitive and cross. Cross. Push, pull. Whoop. Uh-huh. Cross. There, you got it. Ta-da!
just need to focus the center point somehow.
Let's see, I'm trying to think of how my brain works when I do it. I'm thinking of this shape. I'm thinking of the external. I'm not focused on the center. I'm just bouncing to the outside edge.
Oh, okay.
So rather than focusing on this, I'm focusing on this. Easy, huh? Yay!
Yeah, a little better.
I've been doing this for a while, but it's fun. Okay. Now, the next lesson that we're going to do is we're going to focus on straight lines. Okay? But this lesson we're focusing on curved lines. Now, these are a few things you can do with curved lines. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Am I on camera?
Yeah.
Okay. This is just to show you what you can do with this stuff. There really aren't any straight lines in the human body. Now, this is easy for me because I'm left-handed. It's pointing this way, so let's go in the opposite direction. For right-handed people to do profiles, this would be easier. Let's save some paper. You start with an ellipse divided in half. Relax, drop in another ellipse just as a guide. That's the skull. Don't draw this fast. I'm just trying to save time. The ear, they're proportions. Okay, it's in thirds on the face and la la la. We'll do that later. Stick a little circle on there for the nose. This is obviously a young person. This is a circle here. Triangle here, curve the eyeball. There's the eye. Eyebrow. Remember, put a lot of lines so you can choose the line that you want.
So you're using
Okay. I don't want you to do this now. This is just to show what we can do with ellipses. Okay. Let me tell everybody, don't do this now.
Älkää tehkö tätä nyt. Tiina vaan näyttää, että mitä sillä voi tehdä. Ellipsille.
This is why ellipses are important. I want people to see why we are doing the things that we're doing. Why do I want you to do these exercises? I will give you proportions. We will have many lessons. If you wish, if they wish, we can have many lessons.
Joo, voidaan pitää monia oppitunteja.
We'll do proportions on humans, we'll do still life, we'll do everything. animals. We'll do foreshortening so we can make someone look like they're zooming towards us. Make these almost the same size. Let me flip it over, Al. Let me get another one. Okay, hold on. Transition coming. Transition. There we go. Okay, if you want to try that, these are equal. Come down here. This is equal here. Come down here. Okay, I'll do it. Your right hand, this might be easier this way. So it's like the letter P for you. Okay, they're joined.
Eli ne on samankokoisia noin.
And right where they intersect, that's drop in an ear. Drop in an ellipse for the ear.
Ja ellipsi korvaksi. Keskikohtaan. Tästä on vähän liian alas.
Then I've come in with a diagonal line for the jaw, which is going to actually come down here a little bit. Where these intersect, that's about where the nose goes.
Ja tuohon keskikohtaan tulee nenä.
Then between the chin and the nose, we have a curve. Look, it's a little circle. That's the upper lip.
Ympyrä.
Remember, make a lot of lines. Now, why is this so big? Because your brain is inside here. Okay, so you need that. This is a little circle here. This curves this way. So I want you to see it's actually a circle, yeah? And here's another circle here. Another circle here. Big ellipse.
Nätipahi.
Kind of fun, huh? I hope it's interesting.
Yeah, it is. I rarely use these basic shapes when I do stuff, and that's why probably my drawings are a little twisted.
Well, because if we're not using these shapes, because remember, this circle turns into a sphere when I use an ellipse. So I'm creating an ovoid, what's it called? An oval shape, but it's very, if I put lines, you can see this is an ellipse. This is a cylinder. The neck is a cylinder.
Eli se on sylinteri. Kaula.
This shoulder is a sphere. The muscles are ellipses. Then if I so choose, see, I can start adding. If I raise the shoulder here, I'm looking at a different angle. So we're going to work on that next. There's a lot in this drawing here. Okay, so relax. You gotta. I mean, if you notice, like, da, 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 da. If I want to look down on somebody, I'm going to raise the nose, and then I can do a 3/4 view. I can do anything. Actually, it's the most fun is to just play. Just play and see what you can come up with. Again, circle, that's a circle. This is a circle. Lots of make too many lines. Just make loads of lines. Okay. Because we can work light and then we're sculpting. We're sculpting on the page. If I want someone looking down, I can start with a guideline like that. That this would be the front of the face, and I immediately know that the head is facing down. You know, there's that saying, there's more than one way to the top of the mountain. This is just, I'm just giving you as an explanation of why we're studying circles. Remember, this all starts with a circle. Don't underestimate the precious circle. Then we move to an ellipse, and that ellipse will give us. Here, I'll show you a big one. Autofocus. It's going to go autofocus. Okay. Well, not big, but here we go. Here we go. You can start anywhere, but usually we start with the head, but not necessarily. Ellipse, ellipse, ellipse. You're using a trapezoid here. This is actually a trapezoid. Diaphragm, another trapezoid for the hips. We'll work on proportion later. You don't have to worry about that. Then just a line coming down, another ellipse. Then we can move this ellipse out this way if we want. And then we've got this ellipse. Then we've got this ellipse. Circle, join your, need another pencil here. What have I got here? Is this too light? HB. Let's go to something dark. Here we go. Okay. Make your joints with a circle. Oh, I need something softer. 6B. Here we go. That's showing up on camera. I will do a whole lesson on pencils later. Al, are you having fun yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is interesting.
We can start from here. I'm having so much fun. This is so much fun. So we can start from anywhere in the body. You don't have to start with the head. Like if someone's in an interesting sitting position, start with their butt. So here's the bench. Here's the first trapezoid. Diaphragm. Then the way the legs join, this really confuses people. But it's a cylinder. Then you can come up. And I will give you the proportions if someone's really desperate for the proportions. So.
Jos joku tarvitsee mittasuhteet, niin Tiina antaa, jos tarvitsee, haluaa. Trapezoid. Mikähän se on suomeksi?
Make a lot of lines, you're bound to come up with some that you like.
Yeah, I do the opposite. I usually try to focus straight away.
I don't know. Everybody has a different style. Yes? Let's see what you're up to. What are you up to?
I'm doing the legs.
Okay, make the thighs. Now, when we're drawing it technically, this is what's going on. Okay, so here's your trapezoid. Start from the center. Everybody's got legs. Don't be silly. The legs take up from here to here. Okay, so you have to make the thigh thick enough. Okay, so we're dealing with an ellipse and a trapezoid and then a circle for the diaphragm. Then put the knees in as circles. Okay. Yes, there you go. And then these are like the calves. Here's a knee. This is usually straighter and then the muscles bulge out. So like one surface will be flatter and this surface will be more curved. Flatter, straighter. And this is pretty funny when I'm drawing off the screen, so it's different than when I'm drawing just off the paper. There you go. Yeah, you got it. Then we get into anatomy, and you can spend 1,000 hours just studying hands or
it's funny how the hands are difficult to draw. I usually try to escape from drawing hands and it's funny because they are right here. What's the hard
Are you ready?
part? Yeah.
Okay, should we skip ahead and I'm going to do a hand tutorial for you then, just for you. Okay. Now let's look at our hand. Let's just lay the hand on the page. Put it together. Okay, your fingers, and let's look at a basic shape. So you have a choice. You can make it a circle or you can make it a square. But if you make it a square, you still have this curve. Okay, and you still have this beautiful curve here. And so this is what's going on. If we start with a square, okay, there are a lot of different ways to approach this now. So anybody watching, it's like, this is not the only way to do this. notice where the thumb joins up. Your thumb joins
Yeah.
way down here. Okay.
It's like
Most people
the bottom of.
exactly. So we're going to do an idealized hand, and it looks like a watering can. And I have very big hands too. Now, let's look at what's happening here. Here's our old friend, the ellipse.
Elikkä ellipsi.
Then, how does it join our hand? We're going to put it together first, just for the first drawing. Divide this between here and here. Divide it with a dot. Divide this with a dot. Divide this with a dot. Then again, ellipses. This is just so we can get used to the shape of the hand. Middle finger. Index finger. Let's look at the knuckle, the joints. This is curved. Okay, this is still a curve, but it's a very gentle curve. This is a more radical curve. And then way up here, we've got this curve happening. So let's draw a hand that's open. We're going to start off the same way.
Paperi menee erottuu.
It's way down here. Okay. Now let's open this up. There's our trapezoid. But instead of a straight line, we're curving it. Just as a guide, we're curving it. Divide this again. Okay. So just go in half and in half and in half again. We've got quarters. Now we're going to work on something called negative space. Negative space, this is positive space. This is negative space, the space where things are not. This is all negative space. This is all, the hand itself is positive space. So let's look at the negative space, and I can even really prove it to you here. It's a trapezoid. It's a trapezoid.
Okay.
So we have to leave a little bit of space. So let's start with the index finger. Just come up a little bit.
It's a little bit out of frame.
Oh, wait, this way?
Yeah.
Am I in now? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have the square, we have our thumb. Yes? Then we have our marking. Now, leave a little line. I'm going to come in closer. I hope this works. Okay. A little space and come up just a little bit. Move to the next finger. Leave a little space. Come up. And then repeat that. So we have our parallel lines and our negative space trapezoid. Okay? Now, it's not such a sharp, this is very sharp, sharp point, like here and here and here. But when I open it, it's a much gentler curve.
Okay.
So this curves, and then we're going to have just, look at your hand, because your hand is going to be different than my hand, of course. So then if you so choose, you can even put the joints in so you don't get lost. A lot of people, I'm sorry, it's just really funny when you see it. Okay, let's look at this. We have, from here to here, we have one joint, two joints, and then three. But people think it's 1, 2, 3, and they put 4 joints in the finger.
Yeah.
But there are only 3, which to me it's fascinating. Hands are really elaborate. Okay, so when you're looking at something, really look. We have 1, 2, 3 joints because it joins down here. It bends, it creases here, but this is one bone.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why people quite often will make interesting fingers.
Yeah, it's I've struggled when I just draw some hand, and then I need to think that how many joints are there? That how is it built again?
It's
But
human. When you draw, you get to see how beautiful and how fantastic the human body is. It's just amazing.
yeah,
It's so beautiful. And then make your adjustments. And sharpen your pencils. A lot of times, I mean, my favorite pencil to use, especially when I'm traveling, is my mechanical pencil, but it doesn't always work on screen because you want a heavier, darker line sometimes. Let's see. Oh, this is a nice soft lead in here. I have different mechanical pencils with different weights of lead. Okay, now if you want to make dramatic hands, very dramatic looking hands, you're going to emphasize this and scoop in a little bit. But this is really important, this little line that creates a trapezoid, yeah? Because if you make a V instead of that little web we have here, it looks very peculiar. And that's pretty much it for the hands, as far as just basic. This is how a hand works. This is what a hand looks like. And then just start drawing off of your own hand. You're going to see it comes down and then it tapers. And it really helps if you have an anatomy book so you can see how things work. Then we can do a whole hand tutorial thing. We'll do that later. But Al, I think this is plenty for our viewers to take a look at and see if they want to continue with us. What do you think? Look at how good your hand looks.
Yeah.
I love it when you laugh. Yeah. Delightful, dear. Okay, I'm going to leave you now. We'll end this lesson. Thank you so much. And then just, of course, we'll be in contact, and then we'll continue. Bye. Fabulous. Have a wonderful day, dear. I'll hear from you in a little while, I guess. So you can sort things out. Are you happy with this?
Yeah. Yes. This was wonderful. Thank you very much, Tina.
Okay. Love you lots.
Yeah.
All right.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye bye.